Well, the Fifth Amendment, which when you say amendments, you're talking about additions
Okay.
to the basic Constitution. That's what an amendment is,
Yes.
I've been told.
Yes.
And why did they have amendments? And I was told that, well, you had to have something in the amended to the old Constitution because it didn't cover anything for the little people. That's the way it was described to me. The people that didn't have any voice, the people who nobody would stand up for, nobody would speak for. So you had to have some additions to what was already there.
Yes, sir.
And so they said they didn't want to rewrite the entire Constitution, but they had to have something for the little people. So they say these amendments, which was just another way of saying additions, will help out the little people. And they call it the Bill of Rights. And one of the first ones was the First Amendment was freedom of religion.
Yes.
All right. And freedom of speech. Like right now, I'm speaking, and I'm supposed to have the freedom to speak according to that amendment in the Northwestern Hemisphere. You don't have this in most parts of the world. And in fact, these amendments and the basic Constitution, originally, people took a look at it and said, hey, this document is so excellent, it's so different from any other document that we have had in recorded history as far as we know. There have been some similar, but this document is really a real prize. I mean, it covers a lot of things. And so it's actually such an excellent document called the Constitution of the United States, the draft copies and whatnot, and the amendments that they made a little later. They said, this is such an excellent document. Is this going to apply to everybody? And they said, sure, it's going to apply to everybody. That's the whole point. But then somebody said, well, what about these Negro slaves? And then they say, oh, yeah, that's right. Oh, yeah, oh, wow. Now, we can't have something like this apply to them, or they won't even be slaves. I mean, so, we say, well, how are we going to get around it? Because we do say that slaves are, even though they're slaves, we call them people, people who are slaves. They said, well, it starts off saying we the people, but we'll just say that a slave is not a person. He's 3/5 of a person. These Negroes, these black people that we'll haul from place to place and beat up and beat down and told what to do and now have them in place. So the way we get around not having to rewrite this whole document, it just won't apply to them at all.